Recovery from infidelity should leave you feeling renewed, with vision and focus for a new life. But doing that still requires letting go of what was and moving through that pain and building a new life. In the newsletter, Grieving, Betrayal, written by an affair recovery survivor, she points out that she had to let herself feel the pain to move through it. And that's something difficult for most of us to do. One thing that she suggested, and she's the first person I saw do this years ago, and I've always appreciated her example, she created a structured way to work through her pain. She admitted that the pain was 24/7, but it felt like she needed to really dedicate time to work on her grieving, to move back through that pain. So initially, she set up grieving times during the day, in the evening, between 7 and 9 o'clock after she put her kids to bed, where she would just fill a bath with water, light candles, and just read and cry and journal and try to let herself feel the pain. Then after a while, she didn't need to do it every day. So then she set up a grieving day. And I think her day was like Tuesdays from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. But what that allowed her to do is the rest of her day, whenever the thoughts of grief would come, she would say initially, no, I'm going to deal with that from 7 to 9 tonight, or I'm going to deal with that on Tuesday. And she'd write it down so that she would know that that was something she needed to work through. But even when she was doing it daily from 7 to 9 or 9 to 11, whatever her time was, it freed up 22 other hours of the day for her to begin to try to live in the moment. Because that's what we want in the long run. It's like we need to be able to be in the moment as much as possible. But we also need to do the work of moving through the pain. Because in the long run, your goal is to be able to have that be something of the past, something you've worked through, so that you can be present. But you also need to honor that pain. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to move through it. Over time, you won't need a daily time. And then maybe you don't even need a weekly time. But if you've established healthy patterns of allowing yourself to feel the pain and move through the pain and just cry it out as it comes up, then you're able to move on. So as a way of doing that today, I want to read something to you. It's a form of prayer written by Richard Rohr on letting go and forgiving. And he called this the welcoming prayer, the purpose of which was to actually welcome the pain instead of being angry at the pain. And I'll guide you through the prayer he wrote. First, I'd like to encourage you, identify the hurt or the offense in your life. And remember the feelings that you first experienced when that hurt came, and allow yourself to feel those feelings. Notice how it shows up in your body. Paying attention to your body's sensation, it keeps you from jumping into the mind and its dualistic game of good guy, win, lose, either or. Just notice the feeling in your body. And after you can identify the hurt and feel it in your body, welcome the pain. Stop fighting it. Stop splitting and blaming, judging. Just welcome the grief. Welcome the anger. It's hard to do. But for some reason, when we name it, when we feel it, when we welcome it, transformation can begin. Don't lose the presence of the moment. Any kind of analysis will lead you back into the attachment to your own ego and self. The reason a bird sitting on a hot wire is not electrocuted is simply because it doesn't touch the ground to give that electricity a pathway. Just hold the creative tension, but don't ground it out by thinking about it, critiquing it, or analyzing it. Just feel it and notice it in your body. And when you're able to welcome your own pain, you will in some way feel the pain of the whole world. This is what it means to be human, and also what it means to be divine. You can hold this immense pain because you too are being held by the very one who went through the process on the cross. Jesus was holding all the pain of the world, at least symbolically. Though the world had come to hate him, he refused to hate back. Now hand all of this pain, yours and the world's, over to God. Let it go. Ask for the grace of forgiveness of the person who hurt you, of the event that offended you, of the reality of suffering in each life. I can't promise the pain will leave easily or quickly. To forgive is not to forget. But letting go frees up a great amount of soul energy that liberates a level of your life that you didn't even know existed. It leads you back to your true self. So I want to encourage you, walk through your pain, journal about it, cry about it, hand it over, as the welcoming prayer suggests, so that you can move on to new life, to healing.